Hello, welcome to my world where all is well. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts that create the things. Today is Tuesday, March the 14th, 2023. It is currently 1800 hours. I'm a former officer who's been diagnosed with PTSD, social anxiety, and depression. I had to think about it. Making these videos is very therapeutic for me, and I hope that it is a blessing to you. Today, I just want to tell you about a day in my life. Today, I started my day thanking God for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. I then read Proverbs. In Proverbs 14 and 19, you will find these words. Fools make a mock of sin, but among the righteous there is favor. There's Proverbs 14 and 9. There are two chapters in the book of Psalms. I believe it's chapters 15 and 41. I just know it's two chapters in the book of Psalms that are the exact same chapters. And both chapters talk about being a fool. And the definition for the word fool in the Bible is someone who does not believe in God. A fool makes a mock of sin because they don't believe in God anyway. So they make a mock of sin. They make a mock of God. They make a mock of the devil. They make a mock of the church. They make a mock of hell. Those people is what the Bible calls fool. But among the righteous, there is favor. Now, we all understand that we are not righteous by our words. We are not righteous by our own doing. We are righteous because we own the righteousness of God. I have the righteousness of God. And just by me being open and receptive to receiving that righteousness, I now also have favor. Isn't that beautiful? That's just the most beautifulest thing. I did absolutely nothing but just receive it. I received righteousness, and along with that righteousness came favor. I mean, it can't get no better than that. All I have to do, but among the righteous, there is favor. Hang around righteous people. Now you notice I didn't say religious people. I didn't say church people. I said righteous people. Hang around people who have received the righteousness of God. Because we got favor, baby. We got favor. During my moment of meditation today, my meditative thought was the sounds of silence. And I just began to think about, I wonder how many people go a day, an hour, a minute, a second, a whole day without ever acknowledging or experiencing silence. I know that's hard to do, especially if you're a parent, you have children, you have a job, business, and other things going on. But if we don't take that time and make time for the sounds of silence, how in the world do we take time to acknowledge God's presence or be open to hearing from God without even making ourselves available? I will never be chosen if I'm never available to God. I make myself available to God by making sure that I get rid of all distractions. And I leave myself open to the sounds of silence. And my only focus is I only want to hear from you, God. My only purpose is to hear from you. I'm not interested in doing any works or doing any good works to receive anything from you, because I know that anything that I do is it's a filthy rag. There's nothing I can do. It's good to do good works. It's good to feed the poor, feed the hungry, clothe the poor. All of those good works are good. That's what we were created for, to do good works. But none of those good works can get me into the right relationship that I want with God. I have to hear from God. And my way of acknowledging God or letting God know that, hey, I am fully woke. For those woke people, woke, I'm open, I'm receptive, and I'm aware of your presence. Use me for however you want to use me. think through me, speak through me, use me. But I just wonder how many of us, because I'm a people watcher, which I believe I talked about on a previous video I did. I love watching people. Please like, please share, please subscribe, please turn on that notification bell. Thank you so much. I love you. I appreciate you. I thank God for you. But I just see people running and going. It seems like everybody's always in a rush. I remember when I was even walking to the gas station the other day, I saw somebody else walking. They was just walking in a hurry. Me, I'm just taking my time. I'm just walking. I try to acknowledge and see God in everything. I was like, wow, look at these leaves. Nobody created those leaves but God. But a lot of people just look at the leaves and see them as a nuisance, want to get rid of them. And I'm just amazed. Like, wow. I don't know if God put me in this position to be more focused on his creators and creations, but that's what I'll be thinking about. I'm just glad that I have the time to make sure that I have the time to be silent, just in case there's something that God wants to get through me, and I don't want him to have to go through all of these other distractions. Now, God gonna get to me however way he needs to get to me. God does whatever he wants to do, but I'm not gonna make it hard for him. And then he say, you know what? You're not obviously available for me, so I'm gonna go on to somebody else. I don't want that. I don't want that to ever be the case between me and my God. Did I tell y'all the weather? It just popped up on the screen. It's 46 degrees and sunny. It's interesting. To me, 46 is cold, but it says it's sunny. I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I have the activities of my limbs. I was thinking about that when I was at the gym this morning. I'm so grateful I can run on the treadmill and do different things. On my channel, I have a different show called The Gym Is My Therapy. Yeah, y'all should go check that out. So I'm grateful for the activities of my limbs. It's in the religious community, a lot of people in the uproar over Pastor Jamila Gooden. I happen to watch her car ministries in the mornings whenever I can catch her. I can't say every day, but I know I'll watch it at least 2 or 3 times a week, and I enjoy her car ministries. She also pastors a church with her husband. Her name is Pastor Jamila Gooden, and I have not one issue with not anything she said. I don't have not one issue. I don't want to get misconstrued what I'm saying, and listen clearly. I do not have not one issue with anything she said. But I do have a question about where she said it. She has every right to say, she called the lady name out, Prophetess Natasha Davidson, or David, Prophetess Natasha somebody, told her husband that she had a word for him. And Pastor Jamila Gooden told her, said, no, you have a word for us. And she was saying, when she gave the impression that the prophet was trying to come after her husband. And she said she had a hell of a week. And she said that she's from Brooklyn and she's anointed. And if she sees Natasha Davis, she's coming for that ass. She said, now I have warned you. So now we have a prophetess who's a Pastor Jamila Gooden, and we have a prophetess who's a Natasha Davis. As far as I know, the prophetess Natasha hasn't come out and said anything publicly that I've seen. But now we have 2 prophetess who want to get in the ring. I say put them in the ring. Let's make a Floyd Mayweather fight out of it and see who wins. But the reason why I say where she said it, because of her witness. What if it was someone in that audience or that church who was really coming in, like they really needed something from God, and they grew up in the church. You know, they talk about church hurt. There's church hurt, school hurt, all types of hurt. But for some reason, church hurt has become its own phenomenon. But I think it could have probably discouraged someone. But I do understand that she wanted to use a public platform, I guess, to expose. She had every right to expose her. I mean, if somebody's coming after my partner, I would want if I had a partner, I'm single by choice. But I need to work on me right now. That's why I'm single. But if I, were to have a partner and I knew someone was actively trying to get between me and my partner, I think I would have words too. But I think also I'd be so secure within myself and my partner, where no matter what anybody else say or try to do, I know that we good. No matter what they can say, they can say to my partner, say, hey, I got a word for you. And now if I hear somebody say that to my partner, I'm standing right there, I too also would be, wait a minute, according to the Bible, me and my partner are one. So you have a word for us. Did you use incorrect grammar? I just want a clear understanding of what's going on here. Maybe she used the incorrect word. I would just get a clear understanding and move along from there. But this anointed Brooklyn woman, Pastor Jamila Gooden, just made it known that on site, on site, she coming for that ass. That's exactly what she said, on site. I don't have not one issue with. She says she loves her husband. I've watched her on Car Ministries, and she says she has a good man. What I like about her, she's open and transparent. She don't try to hide anything. So she talks about her husband a lot. I like the love and the reverence and respect that she gives to her husband. Obviously he is a good man, so of course she's gonna want to do everything she can to keep him. I don't blame her for everything she said. I just think I don't know if she has Prophetess Natasha. I don't want to get her title wrong. I don't know if she has her phone number of a way of communicating with her. If not, then maybe that's why she did it publicly from the pulpit. But I hope whatever issue, if there's an issue that they have between each other, that it get resolved peacefully. I would hate to see two prophetess in the ring or at Waffle House fighting. We got a lot of those videos going around. So hopefully they can get together and work it out. So Senator Mitch failed apparently, and he has to go to rehab, physical rehabilitation. So I'm glad he's okay. We are not on the same team, but I am glad that he's okay. But I think he's the longest reigning senator, I believe, in the Senate. I believe that the House, I'm so sorry, I'm on medication, y'all, you know that. I believe that the House of Representatives and Senators should have the same rules as the presidents. Every 4 years or even 2 years when it comes to the House of Senate, because every 4 years, then it's still going to be with the same party. So I think it should be opposite, like they do it now, but they should have to be voted in and out every they can't do no more than 2 terms. Is basically what I'm trying to say. Because the longer you get in it, the more easier it is. I'm not saying all of them are doing this, but it becomes easier to become corrupt or allow lobbyists and other things to get the best of you instead of you working for the best of the interests of the citizens that put you in office. I also continued to read Frequency by Robert Morris in chapter 10. And I love the story I read up in chapter 10. The book is called Frequency by Robert Morris. He was talking about David. You know what? David had the strength and the skill to take down Goliath. Just, he was what they call him. He worked out in the field with the sheep and stuff. So he's killed lions and tigers and bears. So he had the skill and the strength to do that. But he knew that he needed God for the strategy on how to do it. David had the strength and the skill to do it, but he needed God for the strategy on how to do it. A lot of us, we know how to do something, or we know that we can do something because we have the strength and the ability to do it, but we need God to show us how to do it. Pastor Jamila Gooden has the strength and the skills to whoop Prophetess Natasha ass, but she probably might need to talk with God to get the strategy on how she may want to go by doing this, because we don't know what type of skills and strength that this Prophetess Natasha might be having. But I learned a lot from reading That Frequency by Robert Morris. David had the strength and the skills based on what he did for an occupation. But if he did not talk to God to get the strategy, then he would have went out there with all this armor they was trying to put on him, because that's what all the other soldiers needed. He was like, no, I talked to God. He already told me how to do this. I don't need none of that. It's too heavy for me. All I need is a slingshot and fly up rocks. Now imagine. So when I was reading this, my imagination goes places. I'm thinking about, I have a brother. He's a superstar. He's a hero. He's retired now from the army, but he went to war, and he received the Silver Star, and he saved some people's lives. Now I'm gonna imagine him at war, and David come up beside Darius. So it's David and Darius at war. Darius has his gun and everything, and his battle partner comes beside him. Now, this is heavy artillery going back and forth between Iraq and America. They are literally shooting and killing each other. And David pops up beside Darius with a slingshot and 5 rocks. And I was imagining my brother's reaction. You all who know Darius know what his reaction would have been. It'd been a whole lot of, well, if you don't get your A out of it, what in the world, you gonna get us all killed? Now I'm gonna have to save you and the people that the Iraqis are trying to kill, because he was a medic also in the army. So I could just imagine David pulling up beside Darius with a slingshot and 5 smooth stones, and they at war. And he talking about, I don't need no armor uniform. I don't need no boots. I don't need this heavy helmet. I don't need this bag. I don't need this gun. All I need is my slingshot. Can you imagine that for real? We're in a full-out war. Now if I were to honestly see that in real life, I'm in the army. I had no interest or desire to join anything government related at the time, because they had the don't ask, don't tell. And you can look at me and clearly, most people can clearly see that I'm a lesbian. So it wasn't no don't ask, don't tell with me. I like women. So, but I can imagine in my imaginations, in my brain, I'm in war, and David comes beside me with a slingshot and 5 smooth stones. You know what I would tell him? I got my gun. I got everything I need. I would look at him. I believe I would be more secure, because I would feel like, okay, you don't need the stuff that I need, because I don't have the strength and the skills that you have, but you have the strategy that our God has given you. I would feel more comfortable with David. Seriously, looking at it from that way, I really would. Now, most people might think that's crazy, the army people think. But in my head, okay, this dude that made it all the way up here with just a slingshot and 5 smooth stones. He made it all the way to his disposition. And God has allowed him to survive this whole time. God is with him. I'm hanging on David. I'm with you. Hey, David, show me the strength and skills you have, and I talk to God about the strategy that he wants me to use. I don't know if he's gonna want me to use the same strategy that he wants you to use. Maybe he'll give me a different strategy. I don't know, but I think I'll feel more comfortable hanging around David, because I know, based on his strength and skills and the strategy that God has given him, we gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. Okay, what else I do today? My food journal, I had oranges, bananas, water, salad, a cookie. That's the only bad thing I had today, and a soft taco. I went to the gym this morning. If you're a subscriber, you're gonna see the gym is my therapy. That's another show on my channel. So I've already put that up. Please pray for my Uncle Mike. Please pray for my Uncle Mike. He is currently on life support. Please pray for my Auntie Nisa. The doctors are they're basically saying they're trying to put his life in her hands, but we know that Uncle Mike's life are in God's hands, and God's will be done. But I just want my Auntie Nisa to have the courage, the strength to know that no matter what happens, it wasn't because of her, it's because of God's will. I don't want her to feel bad if she ends up having to pull a plug or anything. I want her to know it's all in God's will. You can pull a plug and God can still bring life. You can keep a plug and God can still take life. There's nobody that can create life or take life without God. You might think because you've killed somebody or given somebody a disease or cancer that you know. It's all in God's plan. It's all in God's will. Everything is done for the glory and the will of God. Of course, it might be painful. It's unimaginable. I can understand the position she's in. I would not want to be in that position. So my heart goes out to my Auntie Nisa. I saw an old friend yesterday, a friend I haven't seen in a while. It was good to see her. Hope she's doing well. But it was good to see an old friend. I saw on one of my I can't remember if it was TikTok. I'm on TikTok. Been on less than a month. I still don't understand it, but I do know how to post my stuff on it. But it literally gives me, I jump every time because it pops up stuff. Like a video just pop up, and I know I have anxiety. So I don't know if TikTok can be good for me, but I'm trying to use it and obey the YouTube Creator Studio Academy classes and stuff by marketing my channel to other platforms. So trying it out, but for real, TikTok has me jumping because I don't know where somebody a video just pop up and I'm like, but I didn't click on nothing. Because like on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, when you stroll, you click on something to hear something. TikTok, it just pops up, and literally I'm like, what? How did this happen? Where did this come from? So, I have a new mic. This is my podcast mic. It's supposed to make me sound better and more professional. It's called the Mayano USB. One of my mentors told me this was the mic that I needed. The Mayano. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing it or saying it right, but I waited till it went on sale. Just kept it in my shopping cart. Waited till it went on sale. Global best-selling internet microphone, USB SLR podcast dynamic microphone, PD200S. So you all let me know. I'm still using my old stand because I'm waiting for the arm. It comes with a boom arm. That's what they call it. I don't know why it's called a boom arm. When I saw boom, it made me think of an explosive. But I'm trying to get used to this. They say you need a podcast mic for a YouTube video. So I'm still trying to wrap my head around that. I just want to make videos, but they said no, you need a podcast. I'm just trying to learn, and I got 2 lights now, so I should be brighter. I have 2 lights. I see why now people wish, because it literally burned my eyes on the side, and I'd be like, I don't want to wear them, but they're super bright. So I need to. It's called a Skybox. So I need to get some shades. I have shades. I just don't know where they at. But I see now why, because I always wonder why people got shades on. And the headphones, okay, I can hear myself. That's why I wear headphones. Now I know why people wear headphones when you put the headphones on so you can hear yourself. I hope I'm making sense. I'm learning this stuff off. But Phylicia Rashad, my TV mother, she walked the runway. I'm about to say she walked the runway. She walked the runway for B. Michael. I do not know who B. Michael is. Apparently he made clothes for rich people, I guess. But she walked the runway for his fashion show. So it was nice to see Phylicia Rashad walk the runway. I don't know if this is something she regularly does or if she just did it to do it. Today is Simone Biles' birthday. Happy birthday to Simone Biles. I have never been excited about gymnastics until I saw her in the Olympics. And now I watch it all the time. Every time the Olympics come on, I watch the gymnastics. And it's a black skier. I can't remember her name. But I'm rooting for I always root for everybody black. I'm not prejudiced. I'm sorry. I love my white brothers and sisters, my faded black people. I love y'all, but I always root for everybody black. So, Simone Biles. I started watching gymnastics and the ski. The black girl, that's the skiing girl. And I've always watched ever since that Jamaican. What's the name of that movie when the Jamaicans was in the thingy? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I watched that. Yeah, okay. But yeah, Simone Biles' birthday. Now I have an issue. I don't think it's an issue, but I have some questions. The SVB Bank, the Silicon Valley Bank, I don't know if they went to bankruptcy, the bank failed, the bank closed. I don't know. Something happened to the bank. Now, the FDIC insures all deposits up to $250,000, but they said over 80% of the people who had accounts at this bank had way over $250,000 in their accounts. I think that's beautiful. That's wonderful. That's not my issue. My issue is, or my question, I'm not going to make it an issue, but I do have some questions. The government has stepped in and said it's going to make sure that everybody who was a member of this bank and who had money at this bank will get their money. I think that's wonderful, government. Thank you. Thank you, government. I think that's wonderful, because that could have been me, could have been you, your mama, family member who had a bank account there with over $250,000 in it. So I think that's grateful that they're getting their money. But it amazes me, because I don't know when the bank collapsed. I have no idea. I don't watch the news that much. I don't watch TV that. Mostly I watch YouTube, because I'm trying to develop my YouTube page. And I heard one YouTuber in the Studio Academy say that the best way to develop your YouTube page is by watching other YouTubers. So literally that's all I do all day until my second and third king come home and they take over the TV, and I'm just sitting there watching whatever they want. I mean, they my kings, so I don't mind. I just want them to be kids, have fun, do whatever. Well, my 22-year-old's not a kid, but still, whatever. I just let them watch whatever. I have a TV in my room. I do turn on sometime at night, but I like to sleep in peace, because if I sleep my TV on, I tend to have more panic attacks and wake up what they call these PTSD terror. I don't know. They give me medicine for pages, but they told me not to talk about the medicine I take on my videos, because people be trying to steal and buy my medicine. So, what was I talking about? SBV Bank. It's amazing me what this happened with it. Like I said, I don't watch TV that much, so I don't know how long this been going on, but I just saw it on the YouTube page. I think it was Midas Touch on YouTube was talking about it. So I think within 48 hours, the government stepped in and said, hey, no, don't worry about it. We're going to make sure y'all get all y'all money. That's great. Now, what I heard, this is going to cost like millions and millions, could be billions of dollars. So when I thought about that, I said, that's great. That's wonderful. The people, work their hard-earned money. They want their money. The bank has failed. It wasn't their fault. The customer's fault that the bank has failed. So they're taking care of the customers. I think that's great and wonderful. But what instantly came to my mind was student loan debt. Now, they have been trying to cancel student loan debt for American citizens since I don't know when. I am 43 years old. I think I graduated from college about 10 years ago, and I still have student loan debt. It would be wonderful if they can step in and do the same thing for student loan debt that they did for these people to get their money. I just want it to make sense. Somebody explain the math to me, because the math ain't mathing to me. I literally don't understand how they can find the money. Our wonderful government, I'm grateful for our government, don't agree with everything, but our wonderful government can find the money to help cover where SBV Bank has failed to cover during their collapse for their customers. But our same government cannot find the money to help people get rid of these student loan debts. It's a legitimate question. We got an answer to it. I would love to hear it. Move right on. I watched Me and Mary Jane again. It's getting gooder and gooder and gooder. I watched season 1, episode 5. Boy, it was good. And I said all that, now I can't even remember what it was about. Ain't that something? Well, the mom lost her bracelet, so she accused her son's baby mama of stealing the bracelet. Couldn't find out the mom hid the bracelet because she just wanted the baby mama to move out. She didn't like her. Mary Jane went out on a date with Wayne Grady. I forgot what his name was in the actual episode, but then at the end, I keep forgetting the guy name that she was in love with who's married. I keep forgetting his name. I want to say David, but anyway, he told her that he was getting a divorce from his wife. Now, him and his wife are currently going through marriage counseling, but he told Mary Jane he's filed for divorce. So we did not see that happen on the episode, so hopefully he's telling her the truth. But the best part to me in this, why I say this was gooder, I know that's improper English, but bear with me. She went to an event to speak to Girls Inc., to young girls, mentoring girls, and the man that she's sleeping with, his wife came to the event. When his wife came to the event, she sat right beside Mary Jane, and they was having a discussion, grown women at a table having a discussion. And so she made it known that she found out her husband was cheating on her. Now Mary Jane is sitting right beside the lady, and the lady know that her husband is cheating on her with Mary Jane. So she asked Mary Jane what would she do if she was in that situation. And I think the question was asked, what was the number one reason that men cheat? Now, I've always thought it was because of financial reasons, but when I looked it up, number one reason couples divorce is because of financial reasons. Number one reason that men cheat, according to Mary Jane, I didn't look that up, but according to being Mary Jane, was because they had fallen out of love with their wife. The second reason is the sex. The wife just stopped having sex with the husband, or is no longer interested in sex with the husband, which means the wife will have sex with the woman but shows no interest. And men want to feel love. Just put yourself in that person's shoes. They want to feel love and affection and that too, especially if they're a good man. She said, and they're going to counsel. They showed a counseling session, and she told the counselor that her husband is a good man. He's a good father, good provider, good husband. Um, and he told her that he loved her, but he feels like that she married down when she married him, and he constantly reminds him of that. So he didn't say that he has fallen out of love with his wife though. So it's interesting. I know most of you have probably already seen Being Mary Jane, but I'm just saying it, so I'm just telling you from my perspective, and I enjoy talking to you about it. It's therapeutic for me. After that, I listened to a podcast called Happier with Gretchen Rubin. They're talking about one thing that surprises me in my study of the five senses. So she has a book coming out called The Five Senses, and her name is Rubin Gretchen. She was saying how different people can smell the same scent and get a total different reaction. She was saying how she brought a plant home. She loved the smell of the plant. She absolutely loved it. But her daughter, before her daughter knew that it was a plant, her daughter hated the smell of that plant. Her daughter was walking around the house trying to figure out, what is that smell? She thought it was a dead rat in the house. So her daughter was walking around, what is that smell? And her mom was like, it's a plant. I love the smell of it. And so she said, you don't like it? And I said, no, I thought it was a dead rat. So a couple of weeks went by. All of a sudden, her daughter starts to love the smell of the plant. She's like, it smells so good. Senses can do something to your mind. Like, after you find out what it is, it'll change your perception of it. Like, once you found out it was a plant, it literally changed the sense. And one of your senses, the sense of smell, it changed your sense of smell to actually like it because it was a plant. Now, the smell of this plant has never changed, but her sense of it, because her senses got adapted. Now, some people become nose blind, but like one thing I did, working with my therapist, she's helping me get rid of clutter. So I have, brought a lot of boxes, decorative boxes and things, and organizers, I guess, that you can put things in, spice racks. And so one thing I do is every month is I buy 4 candles with the same scent, and I noticed that it does put me in a better mood. If you don't have a therapist, get you one. It's a blessing to me. And water is a blessing to me. Water's my medication. I keep water near me everywhere I go. I actually love water. I used to be addicted to Pepsi. I still have Pepsi here. I've had a whole case of Pepsi here. My baby mama brought me a while ago, and it's been here about 2 or 3 weeks now. And I might drink 1 Pepsi a week now. And I'm amazed at that, because usually I would drink at least 2 to 3 Pepsis a day. Now it's like I just drink it just because instead I drink mostly water. But it's the podcast was very good. Happier with Gretchen Rubin. I would highly recommend you listen to that podcast. One thing that surprises me in my study of the 5 senses: same smell, different reactions. It's very good. So if that happens with your senses, you can do the same thing. That something might not be pleasing with your eyes, but once you look at it like you can look at a painting and hate it, but once the curator, the artist of that painting, comes to you and explains it to you, all of a sudden you look at it in amazement and you love it, because now you see it from a different perspective. As far as sports, I'm rocking my Atlanta Hawks. I need to get some Atlanta Hawks hoodies. I just realized I don't have it, and I'm still wearing Atlanta Falcons hoodies. But other case, they don't play again till Friday. But tonight, the Nuggets are playing the Raptors, and they've already started playing because it's 1957 and the game started in 1930. So as soon as I get finished with this, I'm going to be watching the Nuggets play the Raptors. I'm looking forward to seeing that game. Also, my third king told me he wanted to play basketball, so he told Mama C, and she has already signed him up for basketball. So I'm looking forward to seeing him play. I listened to a new song today. It's by an African artist in the continent of Africa. I forget what country, but their names are Samisola Agbevi, Samisola Agbevi, and Lawrence Oyor. Those are the artists' name, and the name of the song is "As It Is in Heaven." "As It Is in Heaven" by Samisola Agbevi and Lawrence Oyor. It's a beautiful song. I have to tell you, the song's about 13 minutes. It's a beautiful song. Today is March the 14th. That makes it Pi Day. National Pi Day, which is the circumference of a circle. I have to tell you, math was not my strongest subject. I always made A's and B's in school, but what was my strongest subject in school? I love history, social studies. I like things like that. Please like, please share, please subscribe, please turn on that notification bell. Thank you so much. I love you. I appreciate you. I thank God for you. Today is also National Learn About Butterfly Day. So if you see a butterfly, try to learn something about it, or look at a video, learn something about a butterfly. I said I was going to do that today, but I have not. So I plan on doing it before I go to bed tonight, just to learn something new about it. I try to learn something new every day anyway. So since it's National Learn About Butterfly Day, watch a video or read something on Google about butterflies. So with today being Pi Day, I'm wondering, how were you all in math? I have to tell y'all a true story. I went to this school in Florida, this college. Not going to name the name of this college. You know how they give you prerequisite tests before they give you your classes, your prerequisite classes. So I took this prerequisite test for math, science, English, all of that stuff. Passed all of them except for math. So I looked at the math to come to find out, the lady, which was a faded black person, she graded my test wrong. She graded, the test she graded my test for was not the test that I had taken. I took another test, but she graded my test for a different test, which caused my grade to be low. It said that I needed to be in remedial math. When I got that letter, I knew something was wrong, because I was like, I've never been in remedial nothing. So I'm glad that I took it upon myself to go to school and find out about that. Gonna find out it was a whole lot of people she did that to. I'm like, yeah, I need to hire somebody else to give out tests if she's gonna be doing this to everybody. But let me tell y'all my thinking thought for today. I already gave y'all my meditative thought. When my meditation thought is whatever comes to mind while I'm meditating, which was the sounds of silence, which was, I wonder how many people give space or room to listen to the sounds of silence just so they can hear from God. But my thinking thought for today is, you get your life back the moment you learn to say no to almost everything. And I noticed that is what's been happening to me. I've been getting a lot of invites to go to different places, do different things. And my simple response is no. If I feel like giving an explanation, I will. Most of the time, if it's a family member, I will. But anybody else, no. No, it's a complete sentence. The subject and the predicate. Put a period after the O. No. And leave it at that. They may respond with something nice or something not nice. It's up to you to respond or not. As far as me, the conversation has ended once I've said no. You get your life back the moment you learn to say no to almost everything. I'm not going to kill myself. I already got different issues going on with me mentally. And through therapy, I'm learning that by saying no to others, I'm saying yes to me. So I want to say yes to me. And that's what I'm doing. So if I ever give you no, just realize I'm saying yes to me. Okay? You can choose to say, okay, I'm not dealing with Frida no more. not gonna ever ask her to do the thing for me again. That's fine with me. That's fine with me, boo boo. That's fine with me. But know that my no to you today might be a yes tomorrow. So it's up to you whether you want to continue to be in my life or not. I'm good either way. I want the people in my life who loved me before my mental illness, during my mental illness, and after my mental illness. Even though these doctors say PTSD is not curable. But we're going to see about that. Now, I have to tell you something. This is very important. The most important thing I've said all day. I have to tell you, you have to listen. Okay? That is, thou shalt confess with thy mouth the Lord Jesus, and shalt believe in thine heart that God hath raised him from the dead, thou shalt be saved. Romans 10:9. Keep that in mind. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever you are, God is. Thank you, God, in me, through me, as me, around me, through the Christ within. And so it is. Until we meet again. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for turning on that notification bell. I love you. I appreciate you. I thank God for you. I love you. I appreciate you. I thank God